And you know what pisses me off is Duncan changed the name.
Let me turn this down a little.
As soon as Alex puts the
Already
headphones on, he's just screaming.
They changed the name of the coffee Coolata to just frozen coffee, but I feel like it's a completely different product now. And the last one I had like spoiled milk in it or something, like I was getting hazed.
Ew.
That might be your fault, that if you had spoiled milk.
How would it be my fault?
Well, I mean, not you, but if you
How would
can't
it be
really
my
judge the coffee based on the spoiled milk version you had of it, right?
It's really fun to have. It's pretty much an ice cream treat. It's not really a coffee of any kind. And we should stop even pretending it's coffee. It's a coffee Coolata. I think the name switch is merely a paper chase game, a shell game, to hide the death of the strawberry Coolata,
They're
of the lemonade Coolata.
They're treats for babies. All Dunkin' drinks are treats for babies.
They're treats for babies, and baby wants a snack. I'm a girl dad. Pending.
Are you excited to be a girl dad, Alex?
Dunkin' dad.
I'm ready to compliment
to
your
a
nice
daughter?
blouse.
Are you gonna be like posting like that online? As a father of a daughter.
Yeah.
As a freaking girl dad. They gotta paint the White House orange now. Like I keep trying to make it related. We're being too soft on the Balkans.
As a girl
When
dad.
I saw my daughter spill a coffee, I drone struck her.
Jesus Christ. Are you gonna
That's
say?
what I did as a dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't got your headphones on? You too
Sorry.
good? Is it because I'm yelling? You can't handle it. Well, you better learn to handle it, baby, because Quorators starts now. Quorators. Don't touch that dial. You're back on Quora.com. Technically, it's social media. Technically, it's Miss Lydia. This is the Quorators podcast with the fucking
dude.
Quorators. I've demonetized YouTube. Where's all your best friends, Alex and Claire and Jeremy? We're back another week after this crazy election.
What a fun time.
What a fun time, and what a win for us as business owners.
We won't have to pay as many taxes as we used to.
That's right.
They're trying to crawl up my ass. But that's not the kind of thing we talk about on this show, where we are three patriots. But the kind of things we talk about this show are what's going on in the news.
I love paying taxes as a business, because usually for us, it's Alex will text me and say, our accountant guy called me and he said he needs all our money.
He needs
and
all
I
of
said,
it.
please don't take it. Please. And I got him to say, okay, I won't take all of it. Didn't that happen once where you're like, listen, I'm just broke?
The accountant should know that.
I agree.
He knows better than any. Well, he does this clever little move, Claire, and I don't want to get stuck on this where he's like, oh, well, I sent that to billing. I didn't know they were going to your house and shooting at you. And then I complain, and then billing's like, we had it removed, but don't do it again. And then I did that so many times that billing sent me a separate email that's like, stop complaining, bitch. Time to pay up. Why are you so broke, you broke ass bitch? And that's how the accounting firm
Alex got us to pay less taxes, like the same way I passed my final grades in college, where I was like, please don't fail me.
I need this. I'm a podcaster.
My final year of college, I literally had to email one of my professors for graph theory and say, you got to give me like just 2 more points.
What does that even mean?
I agree with
I
Claire
don't
on
know.
her face to graph theory.
I don't know. I failed the class.
Was it a
so-
math?
It's a math class.
Did you mean
hell
math
no.
theory?
No, it's graph theory.
What's the
It's
theory?
the worst. You have to draw a bunch of shit.
Lame.
The theory that you flinch twice when I'm going to punch you and then you get 2 for flinching?
Yeah.
Did I break your glasses? Is that
I had
the
to send the
theory?
saddest email where it was just like, we both know I'm not going to be a graph theorist.
Yeah.
I'm doing stand-up.
I'm gonna be at Madison Square Garden.
It wasn't.
Dog it. Yeah. Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah, he sent me an email back. He was like, every day I go to your house and I hope that you don't answer the door.
I hope you don't make me a graph. But you keep doing it.
I pray today's the day you don't answer. 'Cause you're at Madison Square Garden.
With a stool on stage at Madison Square Garden.
Oh no, you guys want to see another graph?
The fact that anyone wants to do stand up at Madison Square Garden is the crazy. It's like wanting to be president.
Yeah.
You gotta be
insane,
sick.
Absolutely.
You gotta be sick in the head like Dane Cook.
Effed
doing
up.
there. Yeah, you
Twisted.
Because you gotta do a full circle.
Vicious.
You gotta
Finger.
circular act out. Sufi.
I've been to 2 stand-up shows at Madison Square Garden. They both sucked.
Yeah.
It was like being in
what
a
were they?
gymnasium.
You can't hear anything.
Yeah, no, it's awful.
I would expect the sound to be really good.
One of them was Louis C.K.
Okay.
Before everybody knew that he was doing all that jacking off unconsensually. And the other one was John Mulaney.
They had hints before in the material
And
about
those
how
are two.
much
Yes.
it was happening.
Yeah, I know, yeah. He said it was all above
But
board,
to
and we were
what
like,
end?
sounds good.
So there I was jacking off normal. Legally.
And then me and all other 50,000 people were like,
The light bouncing off his bald spot.
yeah, exactly.
Tell us you hate your daughters.
Well, he's a girl dad.
That's right.
I believe he
girl
did
dad.
at some point give a sort of like, well, I am a father of girls. I
Yes.
would never.
Yes.
I love women.
I would have jack off too.
Yeah, well, he was like, everyone has talked about this, but before he was canceled, he was like, the most important thing we can do was get Hillary Clinton in the White House because we need a lady in there. And then people were like, you jacked off in front of ladies who didn't want it. And now he's like, I don't know, maybe we just kill everyone.
Women are terrorists. Let's be real. I can finally say what I think for once. There should be a special jail with really comfy pillows, and we put all of them in the jail. How is John Mulaney at Madison Square Garden? I feel like he's looking for the challenge.
I had
of
to
a circular
strain to
stage.
hear. It's like
Sucks.
Careless
sucks.
Whisper with John Mulaney.
It's like seeing a presentation in elementary school. Like, you know what I mean?
Which
I don't
was
know.
my favorite part of elementary school, but negative connotation.
I will say one of the openers, and I won't say who it was, did eat shit, which was very funny to see at Madison Square Garden.
Was it
because there
a
were so many
man?
people. Yes.
Was it Joe Mandy?
It was not Joe Mandy.
He's funny.
I love Joe Mandy. There's only one other person who was there, I think. So you could look it up.
The thing about stand-up is kind of the funniest part for any of them is when someone eats shit at a really big event like
It was
that.
so
yeah,
big.
that's crazy.
It's kind of the best part of the whole thing. It's just to see a million people hate one guy.
That happened recently at like a Shane Gillis show where someone got booed a bunch.
I'm
one
sure.
of the openers.
Oh.
And there was just like 30,000 people booing him.
Probably for speaking truth to power.
And in the video, he's just like, do you guys think I should just go? And everyone started cheering. And then he left the
oh
stage.
yeah, who
Yep,
was that?
yep.
I don't know the guy's name. I don't remember.
What a great gig.
Louis C.K.
It was Louis C.K. again.
Well, I don't remember what my point was, but it's all of our dreams to see our name up in lights.
I think it was that you're a father to a daughter.
That's right.
Yeah, girl dad.
And that ties into our theme this week, which, following the election and my pending child, is Rage Unleashed.
Hit a button or something.
I should have found a better one.
Rage
How about
Unleashed.
that? How about that? Rage Unleashed. I kind of forgot that I'm supposed to hit the buttons, but I'm going to do better with that starting now.
Rage
But
Unleashed sounds like the catchphrase for like a energy drink.
Yeah.
it was fun writing in like for rage prompts on Quora to try to find stuff because I would just type in stuff and it'd be like, well, this is the name of a video game. And this is the name of a video game. I wrote Rage Blast and everybody was like, how do you unlock Vegeta in Rage Blast? And I was like, no, can't use this one.
We already did the Hulk question.
Yes. And the Hulk
gone.
does come up a little bit, I think, today, possibly. Or maybe
Really?
I didn't include that one. But there are just so many rageful men out there, and they change the very world itself with their anger. Now, we're going to get into Space of the Week here. Space of the Week is somewhat of a tablet you can use to open up a world of what's going on Quora, what the nitty-gritty is like on these different locations you can go to.
Okay.
Speaking of locations you can go to, we have a live show with the
Oh my
Gutter
God,
on
that's
December
so
14th.
true.
That location is at the Gutter Bar.
December 14th.
Williamsburg.
And
Green point.
Kind of in the middle.
of
It's
this
in the
too.
middle.
On the border. And the tickets for that will be in the bio, and my crazy tits are in bio.
I hope
You
they
gotta
are.
be there.
Bit.
They're going fast. This week's space is Psychopathic
Hit the button
Musings.
Blue button.
Space of the week. I gotta say, it's a red button.
Yeah, it was a red button.
Red
I'm
button.
Try
sorry.
to trick me.
You know what?
Try to trick a dad.
Just like this damn election, I thought I'd press blue. It turned out it was red.
Oh.
Gonna be hitting that one a lot on the Rage episode. Gonna be slamming that.
Oh, brother. Anyway, we're on psychopathic musings.
Now, this one kind of caught my eye. It's not a big space. There's only one contributor and 29 followers, but it is elaborate in its writings.
So the one contributor is a guy named Dan Cooper. Psychopathic.quora.com. First of all, great SEO there.
Yep.
Dan
Good
Cooper
job.
studied at bachelor degrees.
Great URL. The Ramblings of a Psychopath.
This is the details of the space.
Okay. We could honestly just read this page for
There's
the whole
that's what I was
episode.
saying. Like, we were talking about like, oh, do I need to get some of these for you? And then I was like, the whole thing's gold.
Okay.
whole thing's
This
good.
might be the Dan Cooper episode.
These are pinned, by the way.
Okay, the top one here is the Psychopathic Stare.
Can we zoom in
Oh, yeah.
enhance? Because I forgot to bring my psychopath glasses.
Those would be disturbed.
Is this zoomed enough?
Yes.
One of the more popular things about psychopaths is the idea of the psychopath stare. Is it a myth or is it real? I can't tell you for sure, as I would imagine that others have the ability to, but perhaps it's something that comes naturally to psychopaths. So, real quick, stopping. He identifies as a psychopath?
As a
Can't tell.
psychopath,
Psychopath here.
it is my privilege to do the stare.
I want to click on his bio real quick and see. I
His
believe myself
picture-
to be a self-aware psychopath. But
Okay, there we
I've
go.
not been formally
Oh.
diagnosed. Okay, well, you got to go to the doctor, Dan.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
you need somebody with a stethoscope to tell you that. His picture is of a human eyeball, real close up to a face.
Undiagnosed psychopath who is pretty damn sure he is one. He says, the reason I'm convinced I'm a psychopath is because I had no idea I wasn't one until I took the test, and to be honest, I didn't want to be one.
Damn.
Defensive.
Once I learned more about what psychopaths really were, though, I became quite comfortable with it, and it finally explained why I was so different from other people, even though they all think I'm some nice guy.
So I guess he's not, and he's actually a psychopath, but he's
Yeah.
self-aware.
I kind of love this guy. He hasn't posted in 8 years.
Huh.
No.
I hope he's okay.
Yeah, he's probably locked up in Arkham Asylum.
Wait a minute. It says he changed his name to Donald J. Trump.
Oh my gosh. That's probably why he had to stop posting, is because he had to be president after that. His second post here
follow him.
after the what about the psychopath is of all men and no men, I believe. If you go to 16 posts there, Jeremy.
Yeah, sorry. I am all men as I am no man.
See, that's something a psychopath might say.
Perhaps.
Psychopath's mask.
I know I'm skipping thousands of words
Yes,
to
okay.
get to
Let's
it.
read more of his stare.
Yes.
The first time I remember being aware of it. Sorry, I was trying to make sure the TV didn't turn off. First time I was aware. The first time I remember being aware of it was right after college when I moved to a big city and I was living in a decent but not great apartment. The maintenance guy lived directly above, but at some point I discovered he was spying on my place. Not only that, but he was coming into my apartment while I was at work. I had a hard time proving it, but there were too many coincidences until one day I discovered he had drank some of my Jack Daniels. Yeah! That was it. Now I was really pissed. The next time I saw him, I was walking into my apartment with my girlfriend, and there were other people around, so I couldn't make a scene. With no other options, I stared him down as if I was going to kill him. He looked visibly frightened, swallowing, rolling his shoulders forward, and looked down at the ground.
All psychopaths know that's the fear stance.
Kind of say, good thing we lost all those listeners for the first few months of the podcast where they were like, it feels like you're just finding mentally ill people and making fun of them.
That is not what
That's
we're doing.
not what the show's
Here we are
about.
on the private space Psychopathic Musings.
We're making fun of what they write.
Yeah.
You know what we gotta say though? No doctor has diagnosed this man.
That's
as a
right.
Yeah, so we
psychopath.
don't
right.
know.
This is a self-aware. This is like a day walker. This is like when you get a vampire and he can teach you more about the weaknesses of that dark
Yes.
brood.
Also, please do not bother Dan Cooper.
Dan Cooper.
Robot in this town.
Where was I?
Active president of the United States, Dan Cooper.
Since it wasn't the case, I realized the power of my stare and its ability. Oh no, I think I skipped something. That was it.
This
Now I
is
was
so
really
long.
pissed.
Okay.
The next time I saw him, I was walking into my apartment with my girlfriend, and there were other people around, so I couldn't make a scene. With no other options, I stared him down as if I was going to kill him. He looked visibly frightened, swallowing, rolling his shoulders forward, looking around down at the ground. Apparently, it was even more frightening than that, as my girlfriend said, "What the hell did you do to him?" She thought I had already been threatened. I had already threatened or hurt him, and he was just scared to see me.
Dude, your stare is so good, bro. It really scares people.
Wait, he thinks that the psychopath stare is like a power he has.
Yeah, it's like a basilisk stare. It can turn you to stone.
Oh my god, that's so scary.
Oh, baby. Thanks, Wario.
Since that wasn't the case, I realized the power of my stare and its ability to frighten people. Even last night, my wife had a worker at a retail store treat her rudely. I couldn't do anything to the guy in public, but we saw him as we were leaving and gave him my best psychopathic stare from about 40 yards / meters away.
That's too far away.
Those are different also.
That's right. I mean, we're talking 120 feet.
Sure.
We're talking 130 feet. And there's a guy just staring at you? I mean, it doesn't look like anything.
I just think it's funny to give a rough distance by saying the same number, but then say yards / meters.
Yards,
Yeah.
I
yards
don't
or
know.
feet.
What are the two?
Or miles, maybe. Anyway, I probably killed him with my stare. This is like, I just saw Smile too, and they like, sometimes the smiles don't really look like anything because it's just a smiling thing. You're like, oh no, a monster. And I feel like this is like what this guy's doing with his stare.
He's doing the smile, but the stare.
He's doing the smile monster smile, but as a psychopath stare.
What are they going to think of next, these horror movie writers?
I don't know, maybe wink?
The stank.
The foul stank.
They've corrupted the beautiful smile.
The sound.
He kept trying to look at me as we walked to our car and got into it and seemed concerned about what I was going to do next. It probably wasn't the nice thing to do, but I wanted my wife to know that I took her complaint seriously after not paying attention to it at first.
Don't worry, baby. I stared at that guy.
Also, good for this guy for being married.
Yeah.
Well, his wife is kind of a cold costume he wears to disguise his dark personality. Because he was saying people think he's nice. They don't know he's a psychopath.
And dear listener, why can't you find the nice girl?
Why can't you find the nice?
Even the psychos can find one.
Yeah, the psychos are pulling like crazy.
You have to show you loyalty.
If you've seen the American Psycho, he actually does quite well for himself.
He pulls.
He's a handsome
in that
man.
department. Yeah, he's very handsome, and he kills some of them, or did he?
Oh,
Spoilers for the movie.
Ladies, find yourself an American Psycho.
with a nice apartment.
Mm-hmm. And a big mirror next to your bed.
I like that. I feel like that's supposed to be like, oh, look at him. He's so crazy. He watches himself have sex. If I had a nice mirror like that, I'd do that all the time.
Yeah.
Would you flex?
It's so cool.
Whenever there's a mirror around,
flex.
I'm
Check it
looking
out.
at it.
It's awesome to flex.
I just be like, this person's fucking me.
Did you see how
Yeah.
much he was working out? Of course I would flex. I look like Christian Bale in that. He's like a statue.
He worked for it.
He worked for it. He looks great.
He's earned it.
It was wrong of the police to bring him down. Oh, there's an origin to the stare now.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
This is all we're doing this episode.
Well, before I understood that I could scare people with my stare, I used my eyes to read people to see if they were lying, to communicate my intentions, and with women to seduce. I had read a comment about Warren Beatty making women feel like they were the only ones in the room, and I knew I could do that pretty easily by keeping eye contact.
Okay, so he's manipulating them, and that's wrong.
Eventually, I realized that I could actually communicate a lot of nonverbal things with my eyes as well. With seduction, there are so many stupid and cheesy lines that can and maybe even need to be used, not to mention getting the women to the point where you kiss her and work towards foreplay and sex. It seems that I'm able to skip the dumb
What are
lines
the
and convey
lines?
my feelings and intentions through my gaze.
What are the
can't-
lines,
this-
do you think?
I can't tell the difference between him describing this as psychopathy and but then like, or just maybe being autistic.
No, he's a psychopath.
A psychopath because he has a hard time communicating without pretending that he knows what's going on.
People think he's a good guy.
People think he's a good guy.
But he doesn't actually need to use cheesy phrases like Poppy needs his sloppy.
I can't.
He just communicates it.
Just the idea of like 8 years ago writing a blog and being like, no one's gonna read this. Who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares?
And then one day some podcast finds it by
Dear
searching
Diary.
psychopath.quora.com.
I'm pretty much the squirt king. Nobody knows. They think I'm so innocent. Here's where I work and live.
The final paragraph here. There does seem to be one drawback, however. In portraits, especially snapshots, sometimes I accidentally get caught with my stare.
Oh, he catches himself.
It always makes people laugh and ask what the hell I was looking at. I always laugh it off and joke that I must be a psycho or something, which is something they never suspect.
Oh my god.
I find it interesting that no one notices my stare in person, but when they see it in a photo, it is incredibly obvious to them.
Yo,
What does Vinicius Chavez say?
What happened to the writer?
he's like expanding the universe. I gotta see a picture of you staring at yourself.
Another great comment
I
here.
have a real visual clue about this.
Andy Jackson says, that's some real hardcore shit you got going on there.
Respect.
Man, I'm scared shitless just reading it. You sound like a real predator, right? I bet that's what they're thinking, too. Just sadly not the type you wish you were. Whoa.
Come on, Andy.
Be nice.
It's not that kind of show.
Jerk.
We're downvoting
I
Andy.
downvoted Andy.
He's
Fuck off.
lowering the quality of psychopathic.quora.com. That's a great URL, by the way. That's like one of the
Yes.
first spaces, probably.
Andy Jackson's job is clinically sarcastic.
Shut the fuck up, Andy.
Have you been to a doctor, Andy?
Are you gonna make me downvote you again in front of all these people?
In front of God and the Quorators listeners.
I'm gonna downvote you in front of Claire.
All right, let's see what's going on here.
I am all man as I am no man. He's got this
Title
Caligula.
of that.
You don't want to read the Caligula quote?
I mean, I can. It's just, is this?
Are you afraid of Caligula? Afraid it's too psycho
from the
for
morning
you?
of the world, and I shall exist until the last star falls from the night. Although I have taken the form of Gaius Caligula, I am all men as I am no man, and therefore I am God.
Yes, go off, Caligula.
Was Caligula like a fuck movie?
I have no
Caligula
idea.
is the Roman emperor who went crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is from the movie.
It's like
from
a Shakespearean
1979.
drama. It stars Malcolm McDowell from Clockwork
Aren't they like
Orange.
re-releasing this movie this year?
I saw a trailer
Yeah.
for it at Nighthawk.
This
Maybe
is the
Nighthawk's
fuck
playing it.
movie.
And
I think
frankly,
I
I'd
think
like
you're
to
right.
play it. Does he fuck in it?
Well, there are like orgy scenes, but
Yeah.
there was like a big a story that Malcolm McDowell told about it, where it's like they were just shot. The sex scenes were shot separately, but like
They were
a
for
porn
fun.
producer, I think,
Oh,
helped produce this movie.
that's so.
and
funny.
so those were shot separately, but they edited them in to make it seem like
That would be so
I
funny
think-
if the
It's
movie,
written by Gore Vidal.
Yeah.
Yes.
he's horny.
It would be so funny if the movie is like this like prestige drama and like super serious, and then like it just hard cuts to like amateur shoddy filmmaking and like
Yeah.
low shitty cameras and just like.
I want to watch it because
going on,
I've heard
Caligula?
that's what it's like.
Thou claims to be mine stepsister. And yet you are wanting.
Caligula, I'm stuck once again in our primitive washing machine.
Free me from my dryer.
Hero tools it. That's Helen Mirren saying that, by the way.
Oh, I shall make you free, but in ways that are my own.
So this just kind of seems like this guy's blog.
Yeah, basically,
blogging.
as a psychopath.
Well, he's kind of like Caligula.
This one goes on. It is funny in the middle here. As a psychopath, my life is literally one big lie.
As a girl dad.
Gosh, it's hard.
Psychopath here. Oh, he also refers to Quoras as Quarins.
I've seen that
Quora
before.
users.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Kind of like Karens.
Kind of like Karens. There are people on here.
Can
They
I
just
read-
can't contribute. Yes,
Can I read
please.
the last
buddy.
paragraph
You
here?
can read
I've been
whatever you
able
like.
to keep the darkness restrained through exercise and a few other things. But
That's good.
sometimes I wonder if I will be able to keep it under control for the rest of my life.
Is this you, Alex?
That is not me. I cannot
is
keep
true.
mine under control. It's an open secret for Hollywood. That's how I become so powerful.
Wait, he's cost thousands of dollars? The question remains, what is this dark part of me? It has utterly no respect for laws, society, morals, ethics, or anything else. It's angry, violent, wants to hurt people, and will selfishly take what it wants and destroy anyone that gets in the way. It has come out a handful of times in my life, and I'm fortunate that I was able to get myself back under control before any catastrophic damage was done.
Speak on that.
Those few times have cost me many thousands of dollars in property damage and multiple relationships.
I gotta know more about this.
Let's
Me
scroll.
too.
Let's scroll.
It's becoming a little more ominous that there are no more posts. 8 years ago.
8 years ago.
And he's like, I don't know how long I'll keep it in check.
the psychopath's mask.
I'm gonna mess up a hotel again.
I'm gonna eat all the peanuts and not pay for them.
And these are just so long.
My shirts are a mess.
He's got multiple personas.
Damn, dude, this is like, it's thousands of words.
I really like this one. I am not an expert on psychology.
Well, he's very upfront about it. He's just a psychopath.
He's just a regular
just
psychopath.
a twisted being unearthed from the negaverse.
He just loves darkness.
All right. Well, I found some good questions. If we don't want to explore too much more, should we find one more good thing on psychopathic?
Well,
musings?
can we do a quick Google search of Dan Cooper?
I think
just
it's
a
just
pretty
gonna be too
common
many
name.
I
people.
know, but you know,
They're
Dan
gonna-
Cooper murder maybe.
All right, we're googling Dan Cooper's psychopath.
DB Cooper.
DB Cooper, unfortunately.
What's DB Cooper?
That's the
He's-
guy who stole all the money from that plane.
If you've seen Without a Paddle, I believe they get his treasure in that.
This whole thing is that he
What?
hijacked an airplane in like the 70s.
Yeah, he has a treasure and he crashes in the woods.
He hijacked an airplane and he like very calmly stole all their money and then parachuted out and they never found him.
Oh,
But
Pretty
it's
interesting,
pretty likely that he died in the woods and just never was found. And several people have claimed to be him on their deathbeds.
oh,
It
interesting.
was me for real.
Several.
Yeah, it was definitely not them, but it is funny to do it.
I've
It's a
hid it
great
from
bit.
you all
That
this
is a good
time.
bit.
Really good bit to do as you die too.
Yeah.
Just be like, I won't even know how it goes.
By the way, if you're dying, don't do any bits to me.
Several people have claimed to be DB Cooper on their deathbed and the Zodiac Killer on their deathbed.
Yeah, that one's kind of messed up because he killed a lot of people for
he
real.
did do that.
Yeah.
You shouldn't do that. Didn't they catch him or like find out he was like from Long Island or something?
No, they have
This
not
is
caught.
California style.
Yeah,
Okay.
But they think they know who he is, and he's dead.
I
now.
think I'm thinking of a different killer.
yeah. You're thinking of the Long Island serial killer.
Anyway, there's no way
Yeah.
we're gonna find Dan Cooper on account of his name being like two of the most common
Yes.
names in a row.
a lot of people thought that Mad Men was going to be about Don Draper becoming DB Cooper.
Right. Or him becoming Dan Cooper, who has to hide it all to himself.
Yeah. He always has a nice girlfriend. Everyone thinks he's nice.
Everyone thinks he's nice, but they don't know the
There's a Dan
thousands
Cooper
of
who's
dollars.
in the the Department of Psychology at the University of South Carolina.
He's in the inside.
is
Listen,
Dan Cooper.
psychos are often therapists.
Yeah,
He's a
that's
psycho
true.
to know
And
a
in
psycho.
psychology.
Some of the most psychotic people I know are therapists.
It's true.
He's just looking to funnel his rage.
What is his username on Quora? Because sometimes that helps. Nothing.
He
Just
had
Dan
that guy
Cooper
had a
36.
psycho stare.
That guy looks too young
He
to
does
be
have a psycho
Look at his
stare.
psycho stare.
a psycho from 8 years ago. He looks like
Yeah, he looks too young.
25 years old.
I think you're right.
So handsome. I
All
wish he
right.
was mine. But he is kind of doing the stare they were talking about.
I do wish I could kiss him. He's manipulating me.
I wish I could take him home and make him mine.
Wish I could put him in my pocket. But let's move on.
So I see if there's any other good. There's a video here, but unfortunately,
Another
It's been
side
taken down by
of me.
Videos on
YouTube.
it.
YouTube took it down. It was too. Oh, this is about the Dark Triad. I would like to read about this.
read it, Alex.
Do you know the Dark Triad?
No.
Oh,
what's that?
no.
Do you?
Is that with the three things?
So the Dark
Certainly
Triad
fairly.
is a men's rights online posting thing back when it was like underground to be red pilled or whatever, and it would be it's just like finance guys being like, step 1, trap the pussy. Step 2, manipulate. It doesn't really.
Go with it now.
Yeah, it was like a Zach De La Roca style pickup artist. But anyways, this is a post about the Dark Triad, which I do love to hear about.
Whatever happened to the MGTOWs? Remember them?
They went their
Oh.
own way off into the internet.
The MGTOWs were a men's right group called. It was men going their own way, and they got together and they were like, "Listen, if we
I'm
hate
going
women,
my own
we
way."
hate women so much. Let's just put our money where our mouth is and try to live in a womanless society."
Don't follow me.
They went their own way.
And then we did not hear from them again. In retrospect, one of the kind of like more peaceable groups.
Yes.
They went their own way.
Don't
They didn't
follow
bother
me.
anybody.
Yeah. We're going to live on an island somewhere.
We're going to pretend women died.
Maybe they're all priests.
That would be the most logical
Yeah, they're all
outcome,
monks.
really.
Yeah.
They just...
You got to go see Conclave in theaters now.
Oh.
Claire's in it.
By the way, this week... Claire plays the Pope.
I play new pope, girl pope.
You bishops better behave. All right.
Hey.
He's kind of an Austin Powers Pope. I'm going to read this post about another side of me, Machiavellianism.
Please.
I frequently post about my psychopathic personality, but I am quite strong in two areas of the dark triad that is made up by psychopathy, narcissism, and Machiavellianism. If I generalize my scores from many tests, I'm around 95 to 100 psychopathic, 80 to 100 narcissistic, and 90 to 100 Machiavellianism. So I read that wrong. So obviously this last one plays out quite strongly in my life as well. So he's kind of like the clever prince manipulating from the sidelines.
Yes.
In my personal life, I've had a few instances where my Machiavellian traits have come out, but I have never been the most social person outside of dating women. Bro, respect. There are some times I have paid women back for the things. Hold on.
Oh, sorry, I went too far.
Paid women back for the things that they have done to me by seeking revenge.
Exciting.
I'm glad I read this one. When I was younger, I had one girl who cheated on me quite publicly.
Oh, cool.
I dated the bang bus. And I paid her back by pretending to get back with her and setting up a very romantic Valentine's Day to celebrate. I told her about all the wonderful things we were going to do, and then I stood her up. And she called me in tears, and when I heard that, I felt like we were even.
Psychopath alert.
Psycho alert. How Machiavellian of you. That's like a Game of Thrones.
You're basically Littlefinger.
Yeah, we're going to have a walk by the lake. He.
Power resides where men think it resides.
Not.
Yeah, I'm holding a big bouquet.
Oh, brother.
My professional life is where I've really put my skills, or whatever you'd like to call them, to work. I am very driven and have been able to get a number of people fired.
Nice.
I also
That
demand
sucks.
respect, and anyone who doesn't give it to me better watch out for what I will do in return. I was trying to think of a...
This is like a dark Karen.
Yeah.
He's an evil Karen.
Yeah.
He's not like the other beautiful Karens out there.
fired from your job.
If you're a Karen, you're so beautiful. I was trying to think of a good example when
Girl
one
dad.
came up for me. Okay.
Sorry.
Keep building your blocks. This is his example. Today at work, I was helping out some help desk guys who were having trouble with an unusual laptop. I offered to help as I own the same model at home. Psychopath. Psycho model. The guy I know was happy to have my help, but his colleague, who I had never met, was not. In the middle of my talking, he turned to me and said, "We'll take it from here." It may sound innocent, but the tone and the way he said it was extremely patronizing and condescending. And for someone who doesn't even know me to treat me this way, well, all I can say is, fuck you.
Yep.
The psychopath in me simply walked away.
My psychopath in me is always doing that as well.
Without it, yeah, you have a very...
Hey, baby, you have a little psychopath in you? You want some?
You have
my
like
big
a flighty
pickup line.
psychopath who avoids conflict. The psychopath in me simply walked away without any indication I was pisses. But I was indignant about his rude behavior and attitude. No one treats me that way. No one. As I returned to my was he going to kill this guy? As I returned to my office, I began plotting my revenge. I looked him up to find out his name. We'll call him Larry. And who he works for at my organization. The good news... What job is this? I'm so curious. The good news is that I know his colleagues, managers, and other people that sit around him. So you might ask, how am I going to get my cold-blooded revenge? This is like a little novel.
I know.
Mostly by planting seeds and manipulating people.
Classic.
That's how you do it. I'll start with the people I know best. When I see them, I'll ask who this guy is and what they think of him. Then I'll relate my experience, but intimate that I was taken aback by his rudeness and classless behavior.
Seed planted.
Ready to bloom.
Next, I'll do a similar thing with the people he works with and sits near, but qualify it with maybe the guy was just having a bad day or something, but still. I'll do this over the next few weeks. This is a very long plan. So I don't come across it as gossip and everyone here is talking about the guy. I will also make it appear as if part of the conversation, not something I'm bringing up to discuss. The idea here is that I plant seeds in several people's minds to reshape their perception of him when he is rude in front of. And what did this guy do? He said something like, "Seems fine."
Yeah, he's making him look cringe at work or something.
And through my seeds, I've made you cringe. Psychopath. Behold my stare. And then the Dune music plays. When he is rude in front of them, they will think about what I said, and he will effectively reinforce his own bad reputation. If I have do be it right, they won't even remember that if I have done it right, they won't even remember that I was the one who said it. The final step in my revenge will be to talk to his management. I will say something truthful about about how great some of his or her people are, mentioning several of them and giving specific examples. Then I will mention that it must be nice to have such great people, or mostly great people working for you. And the last part is key because it will inevitably trigger a question about who isn't great. And that's when I move in for the kill shot. And I say that I'm reluctant to say anything negative and make them pry it out of me. And I'll mention his name and describe my dramatized experience of whatever else I've learned about him. Lying. I'll do lying. I will then act like I'm trying to cover for him by lightly excusing his behavior and then saying something about how he is customer facing and I would be concerned about that. And then so he gets this guy fired somehow.
Why can't he doesn't have to do all that shit. He could just go to the management and say, this guy was rude to me.
He's quite rude.
Well, he says in the past, this plan has resulted in people being fired, demoted, transferred, or very least moved way down the list of people to get raises or promotions. That will teach that fat fuck what happens when you condescend me. And that is my Machiavellian side.
See, Claire, you don't have Machiavellian side. You're probably 2100.
Then he says, I'll end this post on a funny note with a classic clip of Brad Pitt as a stoner roommate in True Romance.
Okay.
I don't really understand why that's in there, but
time for the kill shot.
You're a psycho. You do what you want. I wonder how many people have been fired. Do you think anybody was fired by this person was like, hey?
Yeah, I guess when work is fun, it's no work at all. As Eva,
that's what Eva says. Eva.
Silvertail.
That seems like a tremendous amount of work for little payoff. But when work is fun, it's no work at all.
And it takes like 6 months of you just spreading rumors.
I love that. It's like this log post about how to be a psychopath and just one comment. It's like, cool.
Is being Machiavellian just making things like longer and harder for yourself?
It's being the little prince.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
the devious little prince.
You get the little planet for yourself.
With a deadly stare. Okay.
Wasn't the prince supposed to be like satirical too? Am I misremembering that, or is that a misconception?
You're thinking of The Simpsons.
Oh, you're right.
The
I'm thinking
Simpsons
of the
is supposed to be satirical.
Did Machiavelli write Bart? Is that what he did?
Yes.
He came up with Bart Simpson.
Kind of America's little prince getting around on his chariot skateboard.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, there's another 20 hours of content here. Should we go do some questions?
Yeah, I guess so. We don't want to read more of his
I feel
stuff.
bad that the last one was so long, but I did really like... All right, can we read the name of one, though?
The Conundrum of Lacking Empathy is so good.
Oh, wait, scroll down. Further down the rabbit hole.
I genuinely wanted to feel sad, and because I couldn't, I wanted to feel bad about not feeling sad, but I can't do that either. That is the conundrum.
True.
Psychopath.
Further down the rabbit hole, or how I assume my roles.
The one below this is what it means to wear the mask. Damn, dude, this guy is a twisted son of a bee, and I hope he's in like lockdown at FBI prison.
He has another one called The Possession.
I hope he's in Magneto's prison.
For me, women aren't a conquest like they are for a lot of guys. I've never understood why you would only want to sleep with a woman once. I've done that, but it's typically been a situation where I haven't been able to see the woman again. So he's also kind of a feminist.
Yeah, he's a monogamist as well, and he's a girl dad.
He's a romantic.
The Psychopath Seduction.
The best part of this is it seems like he has like a ton of girlfriends.
Yeah, and they like him.
Yeah, he really keeps this part of himself to just Quora, I guess.
Yeah. A lot of whoa, this is.
Oh, he has a sex scene in this one.
Oh my god.
Oh
okay,
wow.
so this one, a Psychopath's Seduction is a really fucking long post about how he like stole a girl from a guy
and how he
like,
That's
fucked her.
twisted.
Very
That's twisted, and I'm rock hard.
He did the Joker to some guy. And, yeah, he like gets really
detailed.
intense. There's something about like a bra coming off.
My father stole your girl.
Gently massage her breasts.
God damn. This gets out of control. I don't want to read this.
Can I just read? Then she moaned, bucked her hips, and dug her fingernails in my shoulder until she screamed in front of my mouth. There's sweet nectar.
This is too much, Jeremy. This is too much.
I love the way a woman tastes.
It's not that show. Not that kind of show.
The funny thing is like, I think literally 50-50. Half of our listeners will be like, please fucking read some questions. And half will be like, do not read one question. Keep reading the Psychopath blog. It is all I want to know. Read his porn.
There's too much nectar in it.
It's pretty nectar heavy juice.
I kind of feel like a bee reading
Yeah, I was
this.
going to say.
It's juice content.
Oh, my God. Oh, it keeps going.
Yeah.
It's so long.
Well, when you make love to a psychopath, the pleasure comes back to you.
Oh, my God.
She was
18
an athlete.
comments.
18
on there.
comments.
Okay.
Awesome work, Dan. Someone said.
Someone said, well, I'm surprised. I honestly didn't expect this to develop into written soft porn, but I found inspiration for stuff to write about in my own blog. Thanks, Dan.
Well, I guess what's so surprising about this space is most of the spaces when you click around are erotica, and this one had a lot that wasn't erotica.
Yeah.
No.
So I like that he threw me one.
Yeah, and it just became porn. It was just like a page of porn.
And it's just, well, he really pleased that woman.
Yeah. Well, all right. Good for him, I guess.
We didn't read all of it, but he really gets in there.
If you want to read this guy's porn, psychopath.quora.com.
Psychopath.quora.com.
Is it psychopath or psychopathic?
Oh, you're right. It's psychopathic, I believe.
Well, we'll have the link in the thing. Like, I'm not a
psychopathic.quora.com.
Google Chrome. I'm a man.
You're a bang.
And I'm a girl dad. And this isn't the kind of thing I want my daughter doing.
I'm going to follow this page just
Making
in case.
sweet love to a psychopath.
Ooh, narcissistic love.
I feel like we just got to read for the next 20 minutes. I mean, we already really, it's a...
No, we're going to record.
Change it up.
Question
Okay, all
time.
right, all right, it's
It's
question
time for questions. Welcome to The Quoker.
There's a lot of sounds. A space for men. A space for rage.
Oh, Jason Statham's on this episode. What is something you have to transport that isn't an item?
That's not what it says.
Sorry, the question is,
What's it like being a beekeeper?
do you get twisted in the head by being let down?
Now, there are no answers on this. But I can say for one that I do get twisted in the head by being let down.
I do.
It's probably the number one way I get twisted in the head.
Yeah, I think that's probably true.
When everything's going my way, my head is straight on my shoulders, brother.
This guy who asked this question, his name is Marius Svenning.
Nordic man spotted. Incredibly Nordic man
Nord
spotted.
spotted.
Nord.
Nord alert. Nord
He's a
alert.
contributor to Wife According to INTPs.
Whoa.
Which one is INTP? What is
Introvert, something.
We only know the IE.
It's introvert something.
Whatever. He says Norway's spiritual weapon, Norway's
Nice.
strongest mentality, polishing the 8-ball.
What does that mean?
imagination
What does that
allows me to
mean?
see further to the abyss.
What does polishing the 8-ball mean?
Is that a Coke thing? Is that
Oh.
Is it?
I mean, maybe it's Coke. Or maybe
No,
it's
I
like the
think it's
8-ball of Europe.
he's got questions and
I'm assuming
answers.
he's a Nazi because he's a Northern European on Quora, but
Yeah.
we don't
He's got
know
a
that.
big, nasty
Yeah.
beard.
we know he's an inch
Look at that
bee.
beard.
Your beard looks like shit, bruv.
You'll never catch me, you sons of bitches.
Okay.
Dim-witted genius.
We're still reading his
Real
bio,
or
by the way.
enigma for king and country.
Oh, yeah.
These are not questions. This
No,
is
yeah, sorry, this
a
is
series
his
of sentences he wrote as his bio.
He's asked a lot of questions. 2,000.
His last one was, how do I make a rocket out of a bottle? And that was last month.
Oh,
Good luck.
all right. Who wants to feel some pain? He asked.
How do
Yes,
I deal
I've
with
got
a
a
wicked...
question.
What does I make the beat mean?
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
Neither do I.
If I knock your teeth out, would you ask for my teeth?
I might.
You'll get twisted in the head by being let down.
I honestly do, though.
I do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Society doesn't want to let men talk about it because it's so fucking real.
Yeah,
It
you guys'
sucks.
heads are all twisted, and
All
then you end
twisted
up jerking off all the time
Yeah, I wouldn't do
at
that.
inopportune
If I did.
time.
There's one answer here.
This is from Jan Bujwit.
It says, perhaps, depends on you.
Thanks for writing in.
Now, Jan Buchwin is a former retired president banking.
Oh, this is a powerful man.
Jan Buchwin.
He's kind of he said he graduated summa cum laude.
Load.
I know this is just my stupid American brain. I always read it as cum load.
Oh yeah, of course. How could you not?
Like somebody just saying like, that's summa cum laude.
Come load.
Summa cum laude.
Summa cum laude.
I was watching Miami Vice the other day, which is the 2006 film, and they kept talking about drug trafficking or whatever, and they kept being like, we'll drop our load off. And I just
Nice.
it made me laugh because I'm stupid.
We'll drop the kids off in the pool.
Yeah,
Let
I was
us
just gonna
know.
say.
Let us know when you want our load all over your face, Jose.
Oh man. Well, thank you for writing in,
Cinema.
Jan. I feel like I do get twisted in the head, but I guess not everybody does feel that way. I am a fire sign.
Because we've read 45 minutes
I
of
know.
Psychopath.
It is kind of a day for psychopath guys.
It is.
Today is their day.
It's a good day for
is.
them.
It's like Halloween for psychos.
Today is the day after the election, we should
Yes.
say.
Yes,
If
and
it-
I
if that's
know
not clear
we did
enough.
our election episode on Halloween, so that may be confusing to you.
And I think
Today
maybe
is
that-
like Halloween, and it's after the election.
That sort of cursed the results, probably.
Yeah, probably didn't
We did
help.
It
It's a
bad.
day for true psychos.
Luckily, we did our Halloween episode in early October.
I wanted to do it then. All right, this one has been in the dock forever, I should say.
Oh my god.
Why are people gatekeeping and gaslighting all the girl bosses? Why can't people just leave the girl bosses alone?
Now, I have my own theories on this.
You have your own
but
girl boss coming.
I got a girl boss coming down the
She's
pipe.
cooking.
And by pipe, I mean my wife's womb.
What answer on this from Alex? What the heck is a girl boss?
Not me. Different Alex.
Sorry, yeah, it's not Alex Patak.
I did not say that. I know exactly what it is, and it's my daughter.
My daughter.
God, you're such a boss.
I look sick. Okay.
This is from the person who asked this question is Gorgian Ray Talcock, and their bio is, I'm a shapeshifter and I am a zillion years old. I look 6.
All right, that looks like a picture of a 6-year-old. I don't think
I think this is an AI generated 6-year-old for some reason.
I think this fucker is lying to us and having a laugh.
I think so
I think
too.
they're having a laugh.
I was hoping this was a real question.
No.
Me too, no.
They're having a laugh at us.
Wait, I like that question.
With this one?
Yeah.
I am a vegan female. Why does my mom keep calling me a tofu hoe?
It hurts my
Damn.
feelings.
I think you're going to have to follow this person. They seem funny.
All right, I'll follow them.
They got what it takes.
They haven't asked anything in 2 years,
Right. That tofu hoe.
Tofu ho.
and they're from
Shut up, tofu hoe.
Uh-oh.
Oklahoma.
Ooh.
Lady.
Leedy, Oklahoma.
That's got to be a small town.
They know about elderly slander.
If you know Gorgily in Leedy, Oklahoma, right in. Gorgian.
Why are people gatekeeping all the girl bosses?
Yeah, okay, so
Because, like, the girl bosses, they're just too powerful, I guess.
I was going to
They
say.
smell too good. If there are too many people smelling too good in one place, it's like gonna drive all the guys crazy.
Yeah.
And then they won't be able to get their work done when their girl is bossing.
That's right.
It's really a problem of men needing to go their own way in many cases.
And what are they called?
MGTOWs.
MGTOWs.
MGTOWs. I don't think you're going to run into them again. They're kind of like
No,
a
they
thing
came
from 5
back,
years
I
ago.
think.
Yeah, they're bad.
MGTOWs
They went their
are
own
back.
way and they came back and they're like, we actually do kind of like need women.
Just wanted to see if I racked up any dates while I was gone.
Kind of was hoping you guys would like
I
be
didn't.
upset about it. No one seemed to really notice.
Okay. Well, if you miss me, I'm going over here.
Men coming back their own way.
It is funny a bunch of guys being like, oh, well then try to fuck me now. You can't because I'm gone.
I'm out of here.
I've gone my own way.
You don't know what you got till it's gone.
We created our own website.
Say goodbye to Keith.
You ain't gonna have Bobby kicking around no more.
Yeah, but the answer it's misogyny, and it's because they're too powerful.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is a good question.
Okay, Post Malone.
Good question.
Is this the space Post Malone?
No, this is
This is the guy Post Malone.
Oh wait, Post Malone.
Is
Wait,
Post Malone on Quora?
Post Malone.
He's got a blue check.
Hold on. We're gonna.
This is actually Post Malone.
Let's ask the question.
This is Jelly Roll pretending to be Post Malone.
Let's ask the question. The question is: I'm white and from the suburbs, and I aspire to be a rapper. I have no clue what to rap about, though. What should I do?
Yo.
And now there is a comment from Blue Check Post Malone.
Oh
Is this actually Post Malone?
Where the
New
fuck
question.
did it go?
Where'd it go?
I searched. I switched to answers, and it was like, you don't want to see Post Malone.
Yeah, no, I do. More than I've ever wanted anything.
It's God.
No.
Go back.
No.
Is it back?
Click it. Click back the arrow again.
It just go to all related, dog. You know what?
No.
I will stop everything.
Here it is. Post Malone. He's posting. Rap about what makes you happy. Rap about your kill-death ratio. Rap about
do
your
that.
dog,
What?
your car, how your parents don't understand you.
Parents just don't understand.
See what I did when I was a little kid? I would rap about stuff that I wanted. Like, hey, I'm working my ass off, and I want this stuff in the future. Because you're not being braggadocious, but you're still cool because you know what all this stuff is.
No way is this fucking Post Malone. I refuse.
He's got a blue check,
He has
dude.
4,000 followers.
You
That's
can have
nothing.
a blue check on Quora.
We got to follow Post.
We gotta follow. We call him Post because we're so close with him. He
He's
only
got-
has 4,000 followers. His last posts were 6 years ago, so that maybe is like when Post. Maybe he started getting big and was like, I can't be on Quora
He only
anymore.
has 6 answers.
That's so. He has the blue check. That
What?
doesn't that mean he like verified it by email?
Wait. Go down for a
Don't
second.
mute him.
What's the best lyric line on the album Stony by Post Malone? He answers this.
Yeah, he says he thinks they're all shitty, which doesn't sound like something Post Malone would say.
Apparently, he did a video where he answered Quora questions for GQ.
No fucking way.
So this is Post Malone. Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's Jelly Roll.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is they like found a bunch of questions and asked it to him, and he answered it in the video, and then some intern typed it up onto the computer for him.
Yeah, that could be. Oh, I don't know. He was at SNL when I was at SNL. He performed. He seemed like a kind of guy who would just get drunk and be online.
Yeah.
He
Quora.
seems
Shit
like
like
he'd be on Quora a little bit.
So I would not doubt that. You know.
You gotta rap about your kill-death ratio.
Can I message Post Malone and say, hey, do you want to come on Quorators podcast?
Well, we gotta say something cool first. We can't just jump in with the plug.
We're 3 white rappers, and we don't know what to podcast
A
about.
lot of questions.
What's the best way to be flowing?
What do I be flowing about?
Ask him what the best way to be flowing is.
It's just so easy for black rappers because they have so many things to talk about.
First,
like being
introduce
black.
conflict. Introduce conflict and say that we're on the same team and it's a race war. The fact that he only has 4,000 followers is really funny to me.
Yeah, I mean,
But
This
that
seems
makes
like
sense.
it's
he's
actually
not
him.
using it.
He probably just used it on
Yeah.
GQ.
I wish I could
Freaking
remember a
GQ.
damn song.
Do you want me
he's
to find
done.
this video and play it?
I
Or
don't
is
think we
that-
can't play it. We're
Oh,
on
you're right.
YouTube.
We can't.
We're gonna have to pay GQ money.
You can't play
I don't
YouTube
wanna
on
do that.
YouTube.
Yeah, you can't do that.
God,
on
I can't pay
Twitch.
GQ money this month.
You're calling up GQ, being
No.
like, please.
Please. It was a
Please.
joke.
I'm a gentleman.
We won't go on his profile again. Oh, Anonymous has gotten onto this.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a rap, isn't
Yeah,
it?
you want to read it as like you want to read this in like a rap tone, Alex?
Don't ask something what you should rap about. Rapping is all about what you feel. Tupac, Eminem, Ice-T, Ice Cube, Nas, Rakim, Corrupt. They never ask someone what to rap. They rap to vent their feelings and observations. So if you actually want to be a rapper, observe.
Oh no.
See what you like or do not like. Simple as riding a bike. I added a rhyme. It felt
Yeah,
weird
you
not
did.
having not
Yeah,
rhyming.
yeah,
It
that was pretty good, though.
It felt like
That
hard
was
to do.
really good.
Doesn't matter if you're black or white when you're on the bike.
Keep pedaling, baby. Just keep pedaling.
Just keep pedaling. That's rap. That's hip hop.
can't believe Post Malone is on here.
God, I love doing
So
Eminem
funny.
voice.
Joy
He has
to-
one of the best voices of all time.
Wait.
Oh, here's the video.
You cannot click it.
I want to.
Cannot click it, Jeremy. We'll watch it after.
It says that he answered seriously. How did Post Malone not win Sexiest Man Alive?
It's because he looks like a damn Frankenstein. He's fake barbed wire on his head.
He has baby teeth.
He looks
Cute.
crazy.
He sucks.
He does have fake barbed wire on his head. He does look like a Frankenstein. I didn't even notice that.
Goddamn Sting by Jelly Roll.
He also kind of looks like he has a tattooed collar on his neck.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it used to be a real collar and it left a mark.
Yeah, it's probably what it was. It's like when you watch too much TV and it burns into your fucking screen.
It's probably like one of those psychopath girlfriends he picked up.
Anyway,
Probably put a collar on him and it left a permanent mark. I have a question I want to get to. That's very rage about.
Do we want to move on from
rage-based?
white rapping? The
Yeah.
answer is just you got to rap from the heart.
And also
Yeah.
about your kill-death ratio and
your
Halo
kill,
specifically.
Yeah. Right,
Kill
do,
death ratio.
do rap about your kill death
You
ratio.
should talk about video games. No, don't do that one. I have one I want to get to
Okay.
here, and it's kind of long.
Which
Okay,
one is it?
Go to QuorMD on the top one. So we're going to QuorMD.
Quora MD. What is this? What is this tiger doing in a hospital?
I want to
It's
take it out.
QuorMD.
I was gonna hit the right. Well, whatever. Who cares? All right.
Welcome to QuorMD. It's about the tiger.
And so you're at the doctor's office.
What is borderline personality disorder rage?
That's the question. This is a very specific answer on this
Okay.
question. It starts with a big picture of Guts from Berserk. It's a cool, crazy cartoon.
Okay, being a borderline is being the only one alive in a family of ghouls.
Whoa.
Now, there's going to be a lot of capitalized words in this. I don't know how we should pronounce those. So should we do like Beastie Boys where we all say the capitalized words?
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
see
good.
what you're saying.
Yeah,
Those are all
okay.
caps. Being a borderline is being the only honest one in a house full of liars and getting blamed for ruining everyone's good time. Being a borderline is to defend your narcissistic mother against your narcissistic father, only for her to stab you in the back over and over again, sometimes while you're defending her. Ooh, look at that reaction. Being a borderline is to be betrayed by your narcissistic sibling for being kind to them, only for your parents to take their side. Being a borderline sucks.
Sucks. Well, this is kind of a white rap if you think about
this
it.
is.
I like this. We should do this more.
This feels like a slam poem.
Yeah.
This reminds me of the guy who's like, what does a teacher make? I make little kids smile every day.
Ew. What was that?
That's like that famous slam poem that went around in like, I don't know, 2005.
That's the famous slam poem.
Have you guys not heard this?
That poem that went
I think
around.
about it all the time. To me, it's in the same world as like Paco Bell rant. Or
Is that on
whatever.
YouTube?
Yes.
Okay, I'll YouTube it
Yeah,
later.
YouTube slam poem.
Do you want me to play the teacher slam poem? Is that gonna get us in trouble?
No,
I would like
It's not
to.
on GQ.
There's like a ton of this left,
We
and I don't
gotta
know
read
what
it
it's
all.
like
Okay,
to be
all right.
borderline yet.
Nothing is fair on you. Everyone else is stupid and greedy. You're the only human in a family of robots. They all run mechanically on their tracks, seeing attention and excitement. Never love, never affection. So you fill up with rage, bubbling, boiling, overflowing rage, because they are so stupid,
Rage.
because they are so petty, rage because they are so treasonous. A rage so terrible. You must do anything you can do to quell your throbbing guts. You pack it down as best as you can. You can't afford it to spill out of you and onto the streets, get you into fights, get you locked up, get you ostracized, get you killed. When you meet people, you're careful to be nice. You can't let that rage out. You can't just grab them by the throat and smash their head into the counter repeatedly. When they hit you where you are sore, it won't do. You got to be nice. So you be nice. And you be charming and helpful and funny and friendly and smiling and laughing and cheerful. And it's just so tiring. But when you meet someone who loves it, they really love it. And you
So
forget the
long.
pain in your guts. It's like this person has poured opiates directly onto the pain. And now you feel great. You can't even feel your guts anymore. Who needs guts? All you got to do is keep this person happy. You start to pour your pain into them, the pain in your guts, and they take it and it's fine.
Stop saying guts.
Finally, someone who can deal with your pain. Then they jab you out of the blue right where it hurts the most. You forgive them. They're going to bring that painkiller out any minute. And it was probably an accident. So you be nice and you be charming and helpful and funny and friendly and smiling and laughing and cheerful. And they're loving it. So you pour out a little more of your pain. and then they bump you right in that spot, but harder. And then you smash them. A reflective backhand, and they stagger back, and they run, and you chase them, and you're sorry, and they come back. So you be nice, and you be charming and helpful and funny and friendly and smiling and laughing and cheerful, and they're loving it. So you pour out a little more of your pain, and they hit you again, but harder still, just where you told them not to. So this time you stomp them, tears in their eyes, and they flee, and you chase them, and you're sorry. Hack, slash, rend, tear. And on it goes. Each time it escalates and go further, and you go further until you fantasize about burying a knife into their neck to the hilt.
Jesus.
And you stop and you say, how did we get here? Because they're dead inside, and they want you to do it, but they're just too scared to do it themselves. The truth is, they're inferior to you. Emotionally, they're very primitive, but they think they can beat you. They're never going to stop. Bait, switch, bait, switch, bait, switch, switch, bait, switch, wait. Switch. That's all they are. Each time you smash them harder and harder, and they doggedly come back. They're as dumb as sheep, dumb as a rock, and they're a robot, and they don't realize that if they keep going. Also, that's an S there, Alex, if you want to hit the angle spotted button. That rage is going to pour out of you, and you're going to kill them because they're just like, bro. And I mean, they're just like your sit or your ma or your fa, except they're only a stranger. So it's okay too. And you take a deep breath and you realize the rage is not out there. It's inside you. In your solar plexus. It's hiding in your guts. And unless you could touch that pain with your mind and explore it and listen to it and put your attention on it and soothe it and heal it, unless you do this with your attention, one day you're going to come across a narcissist who pushes it too far. And your life effectively ends in an orgy of rage. Robert.
Thank you, Robert.
Robert.
We should do that at the live show. That was awesome.
Okay.
That was really fun.
First of all, I totally get why the Beastie Boys do that.
Yeah. It feels really good.
That was the most fun I've ever had. Second, what I like about that answer is you cannot tell if he actually has borderline from reading it.
I'm saving this.
It kind of just seems like he likes poems.
That was insane.
He writes
fan fiction.
You can donate to his PayPal. He has a podcast. We can listen to his podcast. If his podcast is bigger than ours, I'm going to fucking kill myself.
Well, let's check.
All right. Well, this is on Spotify.
All right, it's on Spotify. So do you think he's running ads?
He's got 157 reviews.
Okay, so some people listen to this. Some people listen to this.
I mean, that's like not bad. It's about narcissism.
Okay, he's on Quora.
It's called Robert Torbay on narcissism.
Robert Torbay. He's got.
He's still doing it. His last episode was in August 20th. It was 8 minutes long.
People love him.
Yeah,
that's messed up. He's gonna.
How many do we have? So that he has how many ratings?
Girl.
157.
Yeah, that's pretty good. We don't have to measure our dicks here on cam.
Oh, fuck.
226.
Nice.
Thanks.
Above Robert Torbay.
Thank
Fuck
the
You heard it here first. Eat shit, Torbay.
Oh my God.
Yeah, good luck being psycho in front of us when we're doing Beastie Boys.
Alex was listening to Lithium by Nirvana earlier.
So what?
See? And the Challengers soundtrack is in his library.
I listen to that one all the time, and the Jackie Brown soundtrack. Who cares?
Yeah, those are good soundtracks.
They're both really great. I thought Challengers was an erotic thrill.
I do like that movie.
I like the movie. I like the music.
It's fun.
Robert Torbay.
Robert Torbay.
That was great.
He does a 9-minute long podcast, which is something that always interests me when people do
That's
ones
cool.
like that.
Oh, he knows Borderlands. You guys like that kind of shit.
I guess that's like
He's also an admin of The Lord is a Warrior.
Oh, that's what I thought.
Detoxing from the fake and phony vaccine.
Oh.
He's got a lot of good spaces that we could follow.
God, I wish I was in Borderlands.
Sun Tzu, The Art of War.
Yeah.
This guy is really cool. Oh, there's a clip from Ghost Dog.
Cool.
This guy rocks.
He does read.
We found a few really cool guys this week.
Yeah, this is a big guys episode.
This is our episode, Cool Guys.
Torbay, you done it again. A.K.A. Michael Caperu.
Yeah, he does have a different name, which
AKA
is
the
odd.
Frost Lord. I made that up. That doesn't say that anywhere. Okay.
That's the episode, I think.
That's
right?
got to be the episode. I don't think we're going to top Simulacra singing. This has been Quorators, the show where we go on Quora, and sometimes we get stuck on the space for a really long time, but it was really good, so that's okay.
It was a good space.
Come to our live show December 14th in Greenpoint. And link in bio and Crazy Tits in bio. And also, we have bonus episodes every Thursday where we go on other websites. And it's frankly a lot like the episode today if you enjoyed that.
And also, go to the bio to see Alex's crazy tits.
They're huge and they're life-giving.
Girl dad.
Goodbye.